Hi, this is Alex from PHP Academy with a CSS video tutorial on hiding an element. So, in the previous videos, we've looked at sort of display types of elements like block and inline. But in this video, we're going to take a look at display none. And I'm going to give you a few reasons why you might need to use display none, mainly JavaScript reasons. I've sort of just given it away, but we're going to be just sort of creating an element, hiding it, and then I'll talk a bit about why you might need to do so. Okay, so first of all, let's go ahead and create an element. So I'm going to say a href equals something. I'm just going to give that a hash, and I'm going to just say click here. Okay, so I've basically just created a link. Now I'm going to go and refresh this. I've got the link here. Now let me go ahead and give this a class. Now I can give this a class as in like a general class, or I can go ahead and give it a class of, say, hidden. Now when I apply this class to this element, I'd expect it to take the properties of hidden. So in our style sheet, which we have linked into our markup, let's go ahead and style this hidden class. And this is going to be called anything, by the way. I'm just calling it hidden for the purpose of, making it obvious what this class does, which is the whole point of a class. It makes sense to give a class name, something relative to what it does, or its style. So I'm going to say display, which is a property name, and the value none. Okay. So let's go ahead. But by the way, by default, this link will be display inline. But now I'm saying display none. Okay, so essentially what that's going to have done is that's going to hide the element. Okay, now it's still on our page, we can still access it, we can still see it here. It's just hidden. It doesn't have a display type, it's display none. Okay, so that's essentially it. We've just hidden the element. Now, why might we need to do this? Well, in cases of JavaScript, you might initially need an element to be hidden, and then you might want to perform a specific action in JavaScript which shows an element. For example, you might have some hidden content, for example, some read more content that might need showing at some point, and obviously your styles being at the top of your page here, and your JavaScript being at the bottom around here. It means that if you use your style sheet to hide an element, as opposed to using your JavaScript to hide an element, it means that it will style this element before you reach the JavaScript. So if you were using JavaScript, so for example, if you were using, I don't know, the jQuery JavaScript library, and you were using like dot hide on an element, it would only hide it when it got down to this point here. So therefore it would show the element and then it would hide it. With styles, it will hide it automatically. There's no, well, it won't hide it automatically, but it will hide it before the element is displayed, if that makes sense. It will already carry this display none type. So if you are dealing with JavaScript and you want to hide specific elements on the page before you create event handlers to show them, always use display none in your CSS. I can't really think of any other reasons that I would ever hide an element on a page, unless I was dealing with JavaScript. But then again, that's up to you. If you did need to hide an element for any particular reason, you would use display none. So as I said, A has a default display type of inline. Things like divs have default display types as like block and things like that. If we actually click on this and we come down here, oh no, we can't actually see it. But yeah, anyway, we have our element that we've hidden on the page using display none. Quite simple. I can't really say anything else. That's about it.